Hey guys, so I've been thinking for about 2 weeks to do a video on something, and yesterday someone told me that they had a thing with the number 153, and they said this is the number of fish that was caught in the Bible, and thus it has importance, they feel. And I've said before, numerical sequences that show up in our life can have its own importance. You know, a loved one you know might have been born on the 15th of March, and that's why you see it. They might be trying to let you know that they're okay or something. But this was part of what I wanted to talk about in this video I was planning to do, and I thought I would just go ahead and do that. So, hold on a second, I'm sliding off my seat. I want to talk about the number 9 in the Bible. Now, you need numerology in the Bible. You have to have numerology in the Bible, because the Greek mystics who wrote the Bible were numerologists. Thus, you need to know it to understand everything that's going on in there. And 9 in Greek numerology, as it was used, was the number of human consciousness. Now, there are other numerologies in there, but I'm going to focus on the 9 and just do a short video about that. So, first of all, let's look at that story about the fish that were caught. There were 153 fish caught, which is 1 plus 5 plus 3, which is 9. Now, if we just look at that story, we can make a relationship between what's going on. Ultimately, the mystic guidance of the Bible is telling you to do something. It's telling you to go within, to raise your energies in meditation through the 7 energy centers, so you come out of being lost into the 7. You know, Moses wanders in the wilderness, finds 7 sisters, and King Nebuchadnezzar's in the wilderness and for 7 years, and the ark braves the storm and the choppy waters of life for 7 months. So this is basically you're lost until you find that union in your 7 energy centers and you overcome it. In meditation, raising your energy. Then when you raise your energy up there, you reach the promised land, which is the land flowing with milk and honey, serotonin and DMT secreted by the pituitary pineal gland. When you get there, you switch open what esoterics and mysticism deems as the right side of the brain. Now, the right side of the brain doesn't need to be a literal aspect, but what it means is the spiritual aspect of the human vehicle, the more creative, loving, nurturing side of us. They say it's the right. The promised land is in the east, the right hand of God. So, when you do that, then you become a fully functional, fully alchemically balanced, present-minded human being. You achieve maximum human consciousness. Cast your net to the right side of the boat. In meditation, raise your energy, cast it to the right side of the boat, and pull out 153 fish. 1 plus 5 plus 3 is 9. When you reach that space in meditation and you cast your net to the right side, you can become a complete human being. You can become in that present moment of human consciousness, and there you are, present and strong and good. And functional and able to do God's work, and to able not to be selfish, to aim to do the virtues of, the higher virtues of humanity, and to live in service of others and charity for others, and to abandon the idea of self-service. These, I feel, are the best rules and regulations for a human to live by, is to live for others, to live in charity, and to abandon the need for self-service. All the while obeying the moral guidance which was set out by many great teachers, such as the teacher of the Bible, Jesus Christ. So, when you do that, you reach human consciousness, but what else is going on in the Bible with that? And we see great mistakes because people don't. We see whole religions built on not understanding numerology in Greek mysticism. Jehovah's believe 144,000 will be saved. 1 plus 4 plus 4 is what? It's 9. The saved, human consciousness will save you. But at the same time, we have another thing, the mark of the beast. And the number of the beast is 6, 6, and 6. And 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. You go down to that 9 again. Now that's something very telling. Very telling that human consciousness in its higher virtuous form can save you. This is how you can be saved. This is how you can get your good catch. This is how you can do what you need to do with life and sit at the right hand of God in meditation and casting your energies to the right side of your brain. However, if you embrace the doctrine and the falling, or the path of the Luciferian, then you become the same reflection of human consciousness, but on the negative side of it. The beast is human consciousness, but it's the negative polarity of it. And polarities exist within our reality, but it doesn't mean we have to stick with them. We know what evil is to allow us to aim to be good. Some people know what good is, so it allows them to aim to be evil. But however you look at it, the 9 in the Bible is of vast importance, because that 9 represents human consciousness on the positive and the negative. The beast itself is not an external thing. It expresses itself in human behaviour. And to be saved, we must indeed cast our net to the right side, so as we can pull out 153 fish. It could have been any number. It could have been 27 fish. As long as the number adds up to 9, it means the same thing. And when you do that, however 153 was chosen, when you do that, then you can commune with God and be a fully functional human being and a fully present human being. At the same time, you can be the opposite end of the spectrum as well. And the numerology teaches you this. And it's a very powerful thing to know it. It's a very important thing to know it. Because then you don't end up with religions built on the idea that 144,000 people are going to be saved. So, to understand the writings of Greek mystics, you need to study Greek mysticism. Because your carnal mind alone and literal interpretation will leave you misunderstanding things. You can literally interpret the moral guidance of Jesus Christ. Very easy to do. But you can't literally interpret stories of fish eating people and boats with every animal on the planet and talking snakes. Because when you see that, something is wrong. And this is just how it is. It's like the idea of the story of Sarah. 100-and-something-year-old woman, or however old she was, giving birth to a baby is just close to physically impossible. But pastors and preachers don't tell you that it's not true. They tell you that really happened. Yet that story in itself tells you these things are an allegory. It tells you it's an allegory. An allegory is something that conveys a deeper spiritual, psychological meaning by using imagery and storytelling. How many other allegories are inside the Bible? How important are numbers that you're overlooking? But today I'll stick to the 9, but have a look at the 7. How important is the 7? How important is the 5 for the 5 senses? I'll do other videos on them, but for today I'll just do a little one on the 9. Look for the 9 in the Bible as the number of human consciousness. And you'll start to see something very beautiful and important. God bless you.